Lombardo's on top for me in the Neds Caulfield Village Stakes.
Lombardo a length and a quarter. Pandemic's going to close off late, but Lombardo a half pandemic. Third Ocean Beyond.
25 to win on I'm Thunderstruck.
I'm Thunderstruck finishes hard, gets a neck in front and won the Turak. I'm Thunderstruck from Tafane Superstorm.
Hello everyone and welcome to my Caulfield Cup Day 2021 race day preview. It's going to be a cracking day's racing. The Caulfield Cup's going to be an absolute treat, and the support card as well is going to be good. We're racing on a soft 7 to heavy 8 or worse, so looking for wet trackers on the weekend. We're getting it straight on with the first race. Race number 1 is a benchmark 80 over the 1700 metres, and Eagles CRAG, the X-Factor horse in the race, is the $2 favourite. SEINERS Express is at $9.50, so Eagles CRAG clearly the horse to beat. We're going to take a look at a Benalla benchmark 64 over 1600 metres. Eagles CRAG and TRODAIRE both come out of this race. They both run 1-2 in the race. I really like both of them. I'm struggling to see why Eagles CRAG is $2 and TRODAIRE's $21 compared to this race. TRODAIRE gets in with the 53 kilos. Eagles CRAG is mapped for a good run, will sit just off what looks to be moderate to fast speed and peel off their backs and go whooshka. Bit of a query on the heavy track, hasn't been on there before, but I think it'll handle it. Saracen Knight. Now, this is my roughie for the race. Draws gate 1. It'll need a fast speed. If it gets a fast speed, that $13 jumps right into $5 in the running. It just needs speed on it. If it does have a speed on, then I reckon it's got a really good chance. SEINERS Express, a good wet tracker, will get a good run from gate 5 and will be doing its best work late. And TRODAIRE, as I've already mentioned, is over the odds at $21. But I'm with Eagles CRAG to kick off the day with a bit of an each-way play on Saracen Knight. Race 2 is a 3-year-old filly, set weights plus penalties over the 1400 metres, and Vianello is the $2.60 favourite ahead of Morioka at $4.40 and $6 for both Lady Adelaide and No Crying. This is a recent effort of Vianello at Sandown in the Jim Maloney Stakes, won by Queen of Dubai, and Zuzarella finishes second. Already good form. Queen of Dubai and Zuzarella ran in the 1,000 guineas yesterday. Queen of Dubai did okay, just felt the pinch late. Zuzarella had hardly any luck and was held up, so I reckon this is the right form going into this race. Vianello looks like it likes the wet tracks. We'll get a perfect spot from gate 6. This is its day to win. It's well weighted. It's the best horse in the race, and it should win based off its last start form. I've got it on top. Lady Adelaide won a moderate maiden last start at Sale, but did it well. And gate 8 up in distance will be very key. Morioka draws gate 2. Will get a good run for Damien Thornton and should be doing his best work late. And Game Legend should get control of this race out in front and be prove hard to catch, but I reckon Vianello, this is its day to win its second race. Race 3 is the listed Gothic Stakes over the 1400 metres for the Colts and Geldings at 3-year-old level, and Extreme Flight just holds favouritism at $3.60 ahead of Sandy Prince at $3.70. We're going to take a look at a last start effort of Extreme Flight at Sandown. This was a pretty good win, and I'm going to talk about Extreme Flight now. So the second horse out of this race, Predetermined, ran a solid race in the Guineas, so there's already form coming out of this race. Extreme Flight, it's 5th up, so it might be reaching the end of its preparation, but this win suggests it hasn't. Ever since they put the blinkers on, it's won 2 in a row, and ever since it's been on a track worse than a soft 7, it's won by at least 3 lengths or more. So I reckon Extreme Flight, the only reason that it can lose is it might have come to the end of its preparation, but it's drawn gate 10, will be getting back and charging home. Prince Alexander ran in the Stud Stakes behind Sandy Prince and Forgot You, and ran a solid race, as did Sandy Prince up on speed, and the drop down to 1400 metres will be key for that horse. And Park Avenue comes down from Sydney. Richard and Michael Freeman like this, so they're bringing it down, and that's a good push. But I'm with Extreme Flight in the third race, the Gothic Stakes. Race 4 is the Group 3 Ethereal Stakes over the 2,000 metres for the 3-year-old fillies. KAPALUA Sunset is the $2.25 favourite ahead of Glint of Hope at $9. This is a maiden win of KAPALUA Sunset at Kyneton. This was a soft 7 track run over the 1875 metres. Now, it didn't beat a whole lot of superstars. There's nowhere near superstars in this race apart from KAPALUA Sunset, but the way it did it was so good. In its first career start, ran behind Grinzinger King and King and Gun Deck. That's good form. Draws Gate 5 will be right there. I think it's got untapped potential. It could go to a whole new level on Saturdays, proven on wet tracks as well. So I'm with KAPALUA Sunset. 225, just a tad short, but I'm happy to take it. Glint of Hope, Stalking and MOKULUA all come through the Edward Manifold. Yearning and Elusive Express ran 1-2 in the 1,000 guineas yesterday, so it's good form, but Elusive Express and Yearning gap Glint of Hope, Stalking and MOKULUA. So I think Glint of Hope, Stalking and MOKULUA are all on the same level, and they might not be as good as Yearning and Elusive Express. Glint of Hope should get a good run from Gate 7. Stalking will get a good run from Gate 1. Damon Oliver, James Cummings fitter. MOKULUA will be running on from the back for Craig Williams, but I'm with KAPALUA Sunset in the Ethereal. Race 5 is the Caulfield Classic over the 2,000 metres. Group 3 for the open 3-year-olds. GUNSTOCK is the $3.10 favourite ahead of Micro at $4.40 and Gun Deck is at $5.50. El Patroness, Tismagic and GUNSTOCK come out of this race at Flemington. Won by El Patroness. It sat on speed, a fast speed, and Runaway was too strong. GUNSTOCK and Tismagic were too far back. With a slower speed this start, hopefully Tismagic and GUNSTOCK are further forward. GUNSTOCK more further forward because it's drawn Gate 2. I've made GUNSTOCK my best of the day again. It'll just be close to the speed this time. Can peel out and go whooshka. See you later. Hopefully this run hasn't taken too much out of it. I think you want to be close to the favourite in the market in one of these types of races. So I'm with GUNSTOCK, 15 the win on it, 11 the win on El Patroness. You can't go past it. If it sets a fast speed, it could nick away and do it again here for Brett Preble. We don't know. Micro, Gate 8, Damien Lane, James Cummings, good combination. Has to be chance. And Tismagic ran third in that race, so got to give it a chance. But I'm with GUNSTOCK and El Patroness in race 5. Race 6 is the Group 3 Moonga Stakes over the 1,400 metres. ZOUTORI is the $3.20 favourite up to the 1,400 metres today, ahead of Buffalo River on the week, back up at $3.70. This is a last start effort of Buffalo River. This was last week in the Weekend Hustler Stakes. It was a race won by Karma Lass. Buffalo River, it was second up. It tried its absolute heart out and just couldn't get the job done. Set a rolling speed, had every chance to win, couldn't go on with it. Back onto a heavy track is ideal for this horse. Jai McNeil on Gate 7, goes outside the leader. Fitter, you can see here when it sees the other horses, it actually picks up again. So when it does that on Saturday, hopefully it's further out from the post and can really power to the line. And I thought it should have been the favourite. Justicanta, that was a great win last start at Flemington, beating Azar. Dean Yendall, Gate 4, good run, good horse. ZOUTORI up to the 1,400 metres is the only question mark with the 60 kilos. I'm happy to take it on, but it can win. And GAULOIS raced 3 well without cover in the Justicanta race, so it's got to be considered. But I'm with Buffalo River. Today is its day. Race 7 is the Group 2 Tristark Stakes for the mares over the 1,400 metres. Colette is the $3.60 favourite, and then $5 for NIMALEE, Shiloh, and also Cerilio Miss. Cerilio Miss most likely to get scratched, however. This is the last start effort of NIMALEE up in Sydney. This was a race won by Vangelic. I reckon this is the right form. Forbidden Love, Entrevia, Fatus, those are the A-grade horses, and NIMALEE raced really well this day. From Gate 6 on the weekend, can race just behind the speed for Damien Oliver, can peel out and go whooshka whenever it likes down the straight. Hopefully it handles Caulfield. But I've got some other plays in the race. Pride of Jenny ran really, really well behind Still a Star in the Kingston Stakes on Turnbull Day. Will be in the same position again, take a lot of running down. Brazen Song won a benchmark 64 last start, but it was a $100,000 race. From Gate 5, Daniel will push onto the lead with the lightweight. I reckon's over the odds at $41. The only question mark is the heavy track. One horse that loves the heavy track is Colette, and it's got the class edge. So overall, I'm with NIMALEE. Also Colette off a 5-week break isn't ideal either. But I'm with NIMALEE, Pride of Jenny and Brazen Song in the Tristark Stakes. Race 8 is the listed Alinghi Stakes over the 1,100 metres. Rubisaki first up is the $5.50 favourite ahead of Emanate and VARDA, both at $6. Last start effort at Kembla Grange of Emanate and Never Talk. These are my two on-top selections. I really like these two. Both coming down from Sydney, both off 5-week breaks. I reckon freshness is the key to the Alinghi Stakes, and they both come through it really well. Emanate will put himself on speed and do it his own way from Gate 3. Never Talk draws the right part of the track. Craig Williams will be steaming down the outside late. I ended up going with Never Talk. It's going to get a long way back, but gee, it's 2 from 2 on the heavy track, so it's going to love that, and I reckon it's worth a play. 15 to win on both. Never Talk and Emanate, as I've said, put itself on speed and do what it does. VARDA will draw well in gate 9 and go well for Damien Lane. Could even win. I've got it in there for third, and Rubisaki's first up. Might need luck from gate 1, however, but loves the wet track. But I'm with Never Talk and Emanate in race 8, the Alingi Stakes. Race 9 is the feature, the Group 1 Caulfield Cup over the 2,400 metres. Incentivise is the $2.40 favourite ahead of DELPHI at $7 and $11 for Young Verta. This is a last start effort of DELPHI in the Herbert Power Stakes last week. Also, the Chosen One is in this race. It runs second. I really like DELPHI on the weekend. Draws gate 19, one inside Incentivise. I think we'll get into a more economical position earlier than Incentivise before the first bend. Off the week back up, I think, should suit it. It was a slow run race, so it shouldn't have taken much out of it. The only big query is the wet track and if it can plough through it. But if it ploughs through it, I reckon it's the winner, and if it gets a good position from gate 19. So I think DELPHI's over the odds compared to Incentivise, who draws gate 20. Also a little query on the heavy track, but it should be able to suit it better than DELPHI, so it'll cross to lead and might even be too good for them. A horse has never won a Caulfield Cup third up in the last 20 years, also a bit of a concern. The Chosen One ran third to DELPHI in the Herbert Power, so it's got to be a chance. Monophilia, a good win of the Metropolitan last start, but I just think 2,400 metres in a Caulfield Cup field doesn't suit it. I'm with DELPHI in the Caulfield Cup. The last race, race 10, is the Caulfield Sprint over the 1,000 metres, Group 2 level. Malkovich is the $4 favourite ahead of Enthar at $4.40 and $5.50 for Curran, a real lottery in the last. Malkovich, this was its recent trial at Warwick Farm, Group and listed level, and it won by 2 lengths. The rider was struggling to keep it, hold it up, so it just wants to go. It's 3 from 3 at the 1,000 metres. It loves the heavy track. It can handle a fast speed. Damien Lane, gate 2. All the signs point to it, Malkovich, in a very, very tricky race. I had trouble splitting all of them, but I'm with Malkovich, as I've already said, all those pointers. Enthar, 1,000 metres, I think, is the key to it. A bit of a query on the wet track, though, but from gate 10 should settle outside the leader of Malkovich. Curran was a good win last start. I just think 1,000 metres in this type of field is the only query. It's better suited over 1,200 metres, and all banter. Wet track query, but Craig Williams, gate 8, should be going well. I'm with Malkovich in the last, the Caulfield Sprint. Thanks for watching this preview. See you next time.